Today we will talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappé, Riyad Mahrez, Harry Kane, Sadio Mane, and Lamine Yamal.
And please subscribe, please subscribe.
What would you do if money was no longer a limit? Would you buy a supercar, a luxury mansion, or would you spend $20 million just to silence your neighbors? It sounds unbelievable, but for the world's biggest football stars, that's only the beginning. These athletes don't just buy homes, they buy privacy, life. From Cristiano Ronaldo's secret island villas in the Red Sea to Lionel Messi reportedly spending over $20 million just to create silence, these homes reveal a side of football legends that fans rarely get to see. And by the end of this video, you may realize these million-dollar mansions were never really about luxury. They were about something far more valuable: peace. Let's step inside. Cristiano Ronaldo, the island that almost nobody can reach. Most celebrities dream of owning the perfect beachfront mansion. Cristiano Ronaldo dreamed much bigger. Instead of buying another luxury house, he changed his entire address. Hidden off Saudi Arabia's western coastline, surrounded by crystal clear water and untouched white sand, lies one of the most exclusive private islands in the region. The entire island has only 19 luxury villas. Ronaldo owns 2. One is designed for his family. The other exists for one purpose: complete privacy. Think about that. Most people spend their lives trying to escape one noisy neighbor. Cristiano Ronaldo escaped the entire world. For him, silence isn't just a luxury, it's an address. But as incredible as Ronaldo's island sounds, the next story is even harder to believe, because the next football legend didn't move away from his neighbors, he bought them. Lionel Messi, the $20 million silence. Lionel Messi's Barcelona home is already worth around $9 million. For almost anyone, that would be a dream. But according to reports, the house was never the problem. Everything around it was: the noise, the attention, the constant lack of privacy. So instead of moving somewhere else, Messi reportedly made an extraordinary decision. He spent more than $20 million buying nearby homes, not as investments, not to rent them out, not to make a profit, simply to create silence. An entire floor is dedicated to a private gym. The walls display legendary images of Muhammad Ali. There's a full-size indoor basketball court. Outside, a private football pitch allows him to train whenever inspiration strikes. But if Messi built his home to keep the world out, the next football superstar built his home to bring the world in. And that's where the story becomes even more unbelievable. Neymar Jr., a mansion that feels like a private resort. If Messi built his home to keep the world out, Neymar Jr. built his to leave the world speechless. Located in one of Rio de Janeiro's most exclusive neighborhoods, his estate is worth around $10 million. But calling it a house doesn't feel right. It's closer to a 5-star private resort. Inside are 6 luxurious bedrooms, elegant living spaces, and an underground wine cellar capable of storing nearly 3,000 bottles. Outside is where things become unbelievable. Most people have a small backyard. Neymar has space for an $8 million yacht. And if that wasn't enough, a helicopter can land right on the property. The mansion is so spectacular that scenes from The Expendables were filmed there. For Neymar, home isn't just where he lives, it's where luxury becomes entertainment. But while Neymar's mansion was built to impress, the next football star couldn't care less about showing off. Erling Haaland, built for performance. On the football pitch, Erling Haaland looks almost unstoppable. Power, speed, precision. So you'd probably expect his home to look like a billionaire's palace. Instead, it's designed like a high-performance training center. Every room serves a purpose: a private gym, a recovery zone, ice baths, spaces dedicated to sleep, recovery, and physical preparation. Everything inside exists for one goal: to become a better footballer. The biggest surprise isn't the gym, it's the kitchen. Despite earning hundreds of millions of dollars, Haaland still pays close attention to what he eats. He personally looks for fresh meat, raw milk, and locally produced honey because he believes elite performance starts with elite nutrition. Think about that. For one of the world's richest footballers, luxury isn't buying the most expensive food, it's choosing the freshest food. Because for Haaland, his body is the greatest investment he'll ever make. But while Haaland built his home around performance, the next superstar built his around a dream. Kylian Mbappé, the view millions dream about. Kylian Mbappé didn't buy the biggest mansion on this list. He bought something money rarely gets you, the perfect view. In the heart of Paris, Mbappé owns an apartment worth around $7 million. From the outside, it looks elegant. Inside, it feels like a luxury hotel. But none of that is the real attraction. Every morning, he wakes up to one of the most famous landmarks on Earth, the Eiffel Tower. A view millions of tourists travel across the world to see, he enjoys before breakfast. It's more than a beautiful skyline. It's a reminder that the young boy who once dreamed of becoming a football superstar now wakes up in the very city where those dreams began. His apartment isn't simply expensive, it's deeply personal. But the next footballer didn't buy a finished dream. He bought an empty one and turned it into something extraordinary. Riyad Mahrez, building a home from nothing. While Mbappe bought a dream, Riyad Mahrez bought a blank canvas. His new Saudi Arabian mansion features 8 bedrooms, massive open spaces, and a private elevator. But when he received the keys, there was almost nothing inside. No kitchen, no furniture, just an empty shell waiting to become a home. Most people move into a finished house. Mahrez chose to build his dream from the ground up. Harry Kane, luxury hidden in plain sight. Harry Kane's $13 million London home doesn't scream for attention. From the outside, you'd probably walk straight past it. Inside, it's a different world. 4 floors, nearly 16,700 square feet of living space. Proof that real luxury doesn't always need to be seen. Sadio Mane, built with purpose. Sadio Mane has never been known for showing off. His home reflects exactly who he is. Instead of chasing luxury, he invested in recovery. The basement features a private gym, ice baths, a sauna, and a hot pool. Everything needed to prepare for the next match. Upstairs, beside the cinema room, is a private prayer room. Every space serves a purpose, not to impress people, but to improve himself. Lamine Yamal, the greatest purchase of all. Then comes the youngest name on this list, Lamine Yamal. At just 16 years old, with his first major earnings, he didn't buy a supercar. He didn't buy jewelry. He bought homes for his mother, his father, and his grandmother. Only after taking care of his family did he buy a home for himself. A $14 million villa that once belonged to Gerard Piqué and Shakira. And somehow, that wasn't the most impressive part. Because after every mansion, every million, and every unbelievable luxury, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. These football stars weren't simply buying expensive homes. They were buying peace, privacy, purpose, and a place where they could finally be themselves. Maybe that's the greatest luxury of all.